how driving is usually done using an automatic vehicle. But we have someone who's doing it differently because of a challenge he has to deal with. He's a paraplegic, which means he's unable to use both his legs because they are paralyzed. But he has found a way around it with driving as a profession. In a little bit, we'll meet our guest and learn all about his story. My name is Wanda Mihigan. Welcome to this edition of People and Places. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back to continue the conversation. Welcome back. This is People and Places, and we meet our guest. His name is Ametor Avumatsodo. He is an Uber driver who is paraplegic, and we want to find out and hear all about his story. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Ella.
Yeah.
It sounds like the female version of Emmanuel. You know, Emanuela. Why the name Ella?
Nice. It's something that a whole lot of people have been asking about it, but it's an Ewe name.
Okay.
Yeah, Ella is not actually Ella, but it's Ella.
Ella.
Ella, meaning yes in a way. You know, when someone is asking you, will you go? You say A.
Okay.
Ola yeah, A. Ella. It's like
to emphasize.
very good.
Okay, so
it's
Ella,
yeah.
not Ella.
No, but we brutalize it to be Ella, so that's how it can be.
So who is Ella?
Right? Ella is someone who is born in a farm place in the eastern region. Complete school, SS there, and try to come to the city to look for greener pastures. But unfortunately, it didn't go the way he wanted. One sad day in my life is when I was working for a company, a roofing company. That was the work I was doing when I came to Accra. But unfortunately, one day I went to work, I didn't come back home walking as I do previously. What happened is that I fell from a height, from two-story building, landing bands, sitting, so it affects my backbone. I was operated, praying that probably it might get better, but it didn't go as I wanted. So as I'm talking right now, in short, that was what I'll say. But during that time, I had an opportunity to work somewhere, Ghana Highway. I was working at a toll booth, but they've dismissed me unlawfully. That makes me choose to do this work as an Uber driver.
When was this?
That was 15th November 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
So it's been about 10 years,
11 years
since
now.
that happened.
Yeah.
When did you find out that you couldn't walk normally again?
Okay, it's during after the accident, and I went for the operation. The thing happened at Adenta Commandos. So they took me to Legon, they couldn't do it. They transferred me to 37, they couldn't do it. All because of money at 37. Finally, they transferred me to Kolebu, and operation was done there. praying, hoping that probably I may walk again. But after the operation, 3 months in the hospital, I was not able to walk again. So I just accept it,
Okay.
Yeah.
And who were you living with when the accident happened?
Okay.
Were you alone?
Yeah, I was alone.
And so when you came back from the hospital and you couldn't walk, how did you manage it?
Yeah, it's very hard, but I was able to, because I'm someone, I hardly give up in life. I hardly give up in life because if I may say a bit about my family, I'm the firstborn of 12 children. So I see that to be a burden on me or something that I have to work hard to help my siblings. So I never give up in life. So
has your family been supportive in all of this?
Oh, nice. My family my family are too much supportive. They are too much supportive. One of my name is Ametor. I actually derived the name Ametor from the accident that I had.
So it's an adopted name?
Yes.
Okay.
I gave it to myself during the accident because I can see when the accident happened, the time it happened, those who truly showed me love were my families. My mother, my father. When I talk of family, that is my family. My mother, my father, and my siblings. They cherish me up to now. They cherish me because they know I'm a very important person to them in the family. So they support me from day one up to date as I'm talking to you.
Why did you choose Uber?
In Ghana, when you become disabled, the society sees you to be some burdensome or someone who can't do anything. I don't know the kind of work that I can do because my educational background is not that much that I can say if I go to a company that I want to work and they will take me. I completed SS and I did a bit of diploma in ICT, but I don't know where I'm going to get job in Ghana here with that kind of qualification. So I have no option. When I was sacked from the work, a friend of mine who bought this car was using but traveled. So she gave me the car that I can use it for sometimes when she's back, she will come for it. So I decided not to just be using it in and out and not doing it too. So just to make good use of what the person has given me, that's why I choose to do the Uber, to get something to chop down, be begging or depending on someone for food. Yeah.
Did you try applying for any other job?
Okay, I did not try any other company because the way and manner which I was dismissed from the work, I think is unlawful. So I'm still pursuing the case to see if I'll get justice to it.
How were you dismissed?
I work with my disability. I can't take trotro. If I stand with my wheelchair at the roadside, public transport don't pick me trotro because no trotro will be ready to be parking your wheelchair and those kind of things. So I use a taxi every day from here to Pobi, my toll booth, to work. So it was highway time. When I was there, they gave the thing to a private man. When the private man came, he transferred me to go and work at a break. And I went to the office to discuss with the HR, and I told them that with my disability, if I said I'll be going to a break where the toll booth is and coming, the monthly pay that you are giving me is not going to reach my transport.
Because you use a
taxi every blessed day. Then they reverse so that I come and work at Pobimai. I like Pobimai because I have a friend there who I know. You see the wheelchair in the house that the disabled to use like this.
Yeah.
I do sleep with that my friend. Then I'll just ride that and come to work without taxi. So that was helping me a lot. 3 months after I was working, then they transferred me to Dodua again. And I went to the office to tell them that, again my name has appeared again. Then they said, okay, wait, you will hear from us. I've been waiting for the company for 3 solid months. I've just been waiting. I've been calling to verify, say, wait, we are working on it. Wait, we are working on it. December, I did it officially by writing them letter that this is the case. I'm staying in the house and they are not paying me and I'm not going to work. So what are they doing about it? In reply to that letter, they just give me a termination letter that they've sacked me for not going to work. So I think it doesn't serve well.
December which year?
Just 2020. We are in 2021.
Yes.
Yeah, 2020.
2020.
Yes.
So you lost your job last year.
Yes.
When exactly did you start the Uber business? Like which month?
Okay.
Which year?
When I was, it's 2020, because the person bought the car around September, August area. So when I've been using it to go to work, because the person traveled around September there. So I use it to go to work and come. But when I close, as I already told you that I love hard working. So when I close, I go to work. So that time I was working with Uber, but it wasn't as permanent like today as I'm talking to you. This is my permanent work that I'm doing. I started working with Uber for 7 months now. 7 months.
And how has it been for you?
Okay. The Uber job too is very hard. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think it's safe for me because it happens one day when I was driving. I dropped a passenger at Rollins Parking. I was just there around 5 o'clock. Then some guys, one of them was here and the other one was there. Before I realized, one was scratching my door here. Then another one was there. Then they picked my phone and ran away. It was broad daylight. I was just watching the guy going like this. I was like, I wish I can walk. So it's not safe for me, but I don't know. I don't have any option than to just do this work to survive and help my family.
How was it when you went to register?
Okay.
Knowing that you had a disability.
All right.
Do you have any challenges?
Okay. Uber, they have two options. Either you go to the office or you do it online. So me, as I'm talking to you right now, I have not visited Uber office before. I did everything online because the writing of the exam, you have to go to the office. But me, I choose to do it online. So I did everything online. Just I have license, so they didn't question whether I'm a disabled. Uber does not have any platform to indicate whether you are a disabled person or you are an able person. So that registration for Uber work, it wasn't a difficult task for me at all.
And after registration, this is a normal automatic car. So when and how did the pedal come in? How did you design this to work with? Okay.
As I already said, the person who bought the car is also a disabled lady. She has been using one. She was the one who introduced me to driving a car with an assist device. So
she's your friend?
Yeah, she's my friend.
Okay.
So she bought one and she's using it, and I said, okay, I like this one, I want to also drive. Then she introduced me to the person who manufactured this thing. It is being manufactured in Ghana here. So after getting the car, I just get some money to buy this device, fix it on the car, and I'm using it.
Okay. Before we take a break, I'd want you to just demonstrate. Let's take a little ride.
Okay.
Let's see how you use the pedal. You'd have to explain how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, so that the viewers would know how you manage to drive.
Okay. All right. So as it is right now, assuming it's off like this,
okay,
and I enter my car. Automatic, you have to first press the brake. I use my left hand to press the brake like this. When it goes down like this, it accelerates. So you either use here by pressing like this and pressing like this, or you can use this one. If you pull it up like this, it's braking. When you press it like this, it's accelerating. So I prefer using this one to start the car. I'll press it down, and I use my right hand to press the.
That's the brake.
Yes. Press the brake. Then I start the car. Okay. So after starting it, I'll still apply the brake, then move it to the drive. I'm good to go. So I hold it like this. I prefer using the right hand because it's very firm for me when I'm using it, and I like to use the left hand. It helps me, it helps me to control it correctly. So as you can see, I just press like this, then I'm going. I want to stop, I'll just pull it up like this. Pull it up, then the car stops. But when it's going too speed, and I know with the speed, then I'll use this one like this. When you use this one, it applies at once brake. But with this one, it's slow brake. So I like using this one because it makes me move the steering very well.
Were you driving before your accident?
Yeah, I know how to drive. I was driving, but that was not the job that I was doing. I was just doing the carpentry work. But I knew how to drive before the accident happened.
We'll come back to the conversation. We are hearing Ellis' story. He's an Uber driver who is a paraplegic, and we want to know how life has been for him and how he is able to maneuver his way around as a professional driver. This is still People and Places. We'll be right back. Stay.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects and others right here on Ghana Web TV.
Welcome back. Before the break, Ella was telling us about how he's able to manage driving as a paraplegic. So I'm just wondering though, how are you able to manage the pedal, still steer with one hand and focus on the road?
You know, when it comes to driving, I think every driver must be a focused man and very serious because driving involves life and death. So driving with one hand is drive, or you need a lot of experience of focusedness before you can drive with one hand.
Yeah.
So if I may say how I'm able to manage it, it's just that I'm a focused guy. You know, I don't joke with when it comes to work because I know when you are at the back of the steering, those are the back seat. Their lives
are very important. Have you ever been stopped by a policeman?
Yes, one of the policemen asked me why should DBLA even at the first point give me a license to drive. I just keep quiet and I was looking at him. After he finished talking, and I asked him, "Can I go?" Then he said, "Go." You know, all those kind of things, but I just ignored it and I moved my car and I was going.
I see. That's not very cool, but on the part of passengers, I mean, you deal with humans, some annoying, some rude, some patient. How has the reception from your passengers been since you started the job?
You know, this mentality of persons with disability have to be beggars on the street is something that is rare. I've experienced a couple of discrimination during this work, but just a handful of people do encourage me. One day I pick a guy, the guy drove for the car, then he reports me to Uber that I'm endangering people's life. The guy dropped from the car. He said, no, he's not sure I can drive. So
he got down in the middle of the journey.
It's good. I just keep going. So when it comes to discrimination and people being rude to me, I do experience it, but I take it as part of the work. It's part of the work, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Is there any assurance that you give to your passengers that I'm doing this, but I know you are safe?
Okay. The thing is that most often, if I don't tell you that I'm a BWD guy, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know because I drive normal. I can tell you for the fact that as at now, I save more than 1,004 customers. But just a few of them were able to identify that. Because the way I drive, you can't differentiate between person living with disability driving and an able person driving. You can only see me using one hand to do like this. But if you are not someone who is curious, you wouldn't know that I'm disabled guy.
Okay.
And mostly, I don't tell people that I am this. I don't do. Because what the essence of me telling you I'm a disabled?
Yeah.
Already, black people or Ghanaians, our mentality is disabled are beggars.
Yeah.
So me, when they sit in my car, if you don't ask me about the device, I wouldn't tell you anything about it.
Okay.
Because
You
I
just do your
drive
job and
yes.
make sure the passenger is safe. Okay.
If the passenger is safe, I am safe. So I just do my thing, I drop it. But when you see the device and you ask questions about it, I normally tell people I'm happy you're able to see this and ask questions about it. Then I explain how I become a person living with disability.
A lot of people ask.
Not a lot. I save 1,004, but I can say for the fact that 80% of the people didn't even know that I'm a disabled guy.
Okay.
A lot of them don't know because they don't see the difference between me and able person driving. So that is it. I don't disclose or I don't give them any assurance.
You don't talk about
I
it.
just deliver the job I'm supposed to do. After delivering, you know that I've done my job. Then the surety of you being safe is that I've saved you well. You don't have.
Ella, aside driving, is there anything else you do? How do you do your other things?
You know, I have wife. So when it comes to buying things and those kind of things,
She supports you.
So I use that tricycle to go around apart from doing my job with the car.
How long have you been married for?
I'm young in marriage, like.
I mean, did you marry before the accident or after the accident?
After the accident, long ago. I married recently, 7th November.
Okay.
2020.
Wow. Okay, and how long did you know your wife for before you got married?
That one too is a problem, you know. As I already said, blacks or Ghanaians, we have the mentality of persons living with disability have nothing good to offer. This girl, I've been chasing her for 2 years, 2 to 3 years before we finally settled. The father said he won't agree for a person living with disability to marry the daughter. So we break for some times, like a year. But the thing is that when the love is there, it's hard for you to go different place. So we go then we come back again. We told the man that no. The lady told the man that he has no option. She has no option than to get married to me. Then finally we got married just November 7, 2020.
I see. She's a very supportive wife, I suppose.
Yeah, it's true. She's very supportive.
What has been your most interesting encounter or experience since you started driving as a paraplegic?
Oh. Hey, okay. That moment is when I met one Rasta guy. You know, that very moment too is surprising. I was parked somewhere for like 20 minutes. Ride was not coming. So I on boot and I on Uber.
Okay.
Both at the go. And that very moment, it's like within a minute, both give me trip, Uber give me trip.
Okay.
And fortunately too, I was going to pick the boat guy. Then it's like the boat guy was also standing there, and the Uber rider too was also standing at the same place. So when I drove to the place, the one who requested for the boat was coming to enter. The one who requested for the Uber too was coming to sit in the car. Then I was in the car laughing because I don't know how I'm going to explain this thing to them. Then the lady said, "Oh, you go."
She gave way to the gentleman.
Yeah, she was giving the gentleman way to go because both she has already cancelled it. Then the guy was saying, "Oh, you go." Then finally, the lady said she won't go again, so the guy should go with me.
Okay.
I just picked this guy. He's so amazing. I don't know. I know him to be V. David.
Okay.
Kojo, yes. Then when we get to, he was going to Osu, KFC.
Okay.
When we get there, he said, "I'm so impressed. I said, "Really? I would like to take a picture with you. Do you mind?" I said, "Oh, I don't have problem." Then he sat in my car. Then
he took a picture with you.
With me. He is the only person that made the job. You know, I feel like I'm part of the human race.
He made you feel good
Yes.
about yourself and what you do.
Yes. And there's another lady. She said she's from the US. And I pick her and I drop her at Gallery. Then she was asking me about how treatment is for persons with disability in Ghana. And I was explaining things to her. Then she said she's so sad that things are going this way. Then she took my number. So for the past 7 months that I've been working with Uber, I met three people. There's another guy. 3 people who truly encourage me to keep doing what
you're doing.
Yes.
And we know about discrimination. How are you able to deal with that? Does it get to you?
No. I know it's normal. It's part of life. So I just take it to be normal. Discrimination is not something that we can do away with. No, we can't do away with it because all fingers are not equal. So I just take it to be normal.
Have you ever been faced with an accident scene, like an event where you almost had an accident or someone almost crashed into you, and how did you deal with it?
Okay. In terms of driving, like I'm driving and I nearly get an accident. No, it hasn't happened. I've been going to Kumasi and coming back. It hasn't happened.
It has never happened before.
But okay. one incident, I parked the car. There was one guy parked at my back end. He was going in reverse and used the car to hit my back. So that, when I say in terms of driving, that is the only time that I get.
You had a little bit of
but even that one was not perfect because the car was parked and the guy used his car to hit the back of my car. So in terms of accidents, I have no encounter.
And I admire your demeanor and your outlook, you know, because you're a very strong person. I mean, you've gone through a difficult time in your life, but you're so positive. What advice would you give to other people, you know, who for one reason or the other have found themselves disabled or with disabilities and are finding it hard to move on in life or to accept their fate? What would you tell them?
Okay, you know, I got to know that in life, we must accept every situation that comes our way. Without accepting the situation, things will get worse. When the thing happened to me, I was going to a church. I always say this thing. That church, they never give me the experience or the exposure that I'm supposed to receive from a Christian brother that I have. When the accident happened, you know, I love going to church. Then I was staying at where you pick me. Then I go to Odoko to church every Sunday. Yes, you know, I go there every day. But when the thing happened, they help me, they support me in a way. When I need financial support at the hospital, they help me in a way. I won't lie about that. But I want to have the feel of the auditorium.
Okay.
And I took taxi from my house. I want to see my brothers, hear the preaching that my pastor has been preaching all the way that keeps us going. When I get to the entrance of the church, the pastor told me I should go home. They will come and visit me in my house.
Why was that?
Because I'm using wheelchair.
There's no provision for you to slide
accessibility. You're talking about accessibility. There was no accessibility. But even if there's no accessibility, how huge the thing is. There are church members there.
Did you ask him why?
You know, that time too, I wasn't in a good state. I was still under devastating situation that I need encouragement. So as he said that, me myself, the spirit in me of hearing what my pastor supposed to tell me that very moment vanished. So I just packed my bag and badge. You know, I was having one big wheelchair. Whenever I'm going, I have to lose everything, then put it inside the car.
Okay.
Say, Mommy. My mom was extremely supportive. My mom, I don't know, just that nipple in this car. Like my mom was very, very supportive that time up to date. So my mommy just go look for taxi and come. Then we park the wheelchairs inside the taxi. They never come to me in my house. I stayed in the house for, you know, a very long time. They didn't come. I've tried killing myself before.
You had suicidal
Yes.
thoughts.
There's a mark here. This mark, if you can see this mark. I tried killing myself. But
When?
oh,
And why?
Yeah, it's because, you see, after the accident, I was in the room every day. I can't do anything. And you know, it's very hard when you are going like this, coming, going, helping people, and all of a sudden you can't do anything. It's something that is hard to cope
It's
with.
difficult.
It's extremely hard to cope with. So one day I was just alone in the room. You know, that time when you see I was fair, but when you see me there, you can see I'm white. So I can see like, it seems I'm not being useful to the society and my family. So let me just end it there. So I took something that would make the thing all come to an end, but it didn't happen that way. Then they took me to hospital. I stay for that one, so I stay in the hospital for 1 week. Then we come back home.
You tried to cut yourself?
No. Okay, it was hypertension. If you know that alcohol,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we call it hypertension.
Local gin.
Yeah, local gin. I took my mother. We do it in our village, so that one is completely good, very, very good one, no addictive. So my mom always takes more than she eats. When she went to my village, then she bought a full bottle, 1 bottle.
Okay.
You know, ours, the way we do it, when you are drinking it, you feel like it's sweet. It's sweet, but the alcohol content is very high. So I drank 1 whole bottle of alcohol. My mom too was no, she was going to buy something. When she came to where we are lying lifeless on the floor, then she has to old people, then they treat
And then rushed you to the
rushed me to
hospital.
the hospital. When we get to the hospital, the way I was struggling, then the hospital glass, you know, when you go to the hospital, then I use my hand to hit the glass. I didn't even know. When I woke up, I was tired like this. One leg on the bed like this, the other one, then my hand through, like the way they crucified Jesus Christ. I was just on the bed like that. Then I was like, me here, there, what am I doing here? Then they explained the thing to me. Oh, my sisters came and they were crying. Brian, don't do that, Brian. So after that, I just got to realize that no, we have to really accept.
You're laughing about it today because you look back and you've seen how far you've come, I suppose.
Yes, you know, I do tell myself, so that thing that I did that day, if it should happen, like who will be suffering? Right now, as I'm talking to you, my siblings are still depending on me. So I ask myself, hey, so if it should have been especially our last born.
If you are given the opportunity to do something which is more lucrative than the Uber job, something that will bring you money, something that will make you feel like you are being useful and not being discriminated, what would that be?
Okay. You know, the job I was doing at the toll booth, I like the job because one, it's 8 hours working, and you can, with my situation, it's very good for me. So if there's an opportunity for someone to help me get something to do than the Uber, I would like to go back to my way. The highway, toll booth, when you are
being
going
inside the toll and giving the tickets. Okay.
That was what I was doing before
Okay.
I was dismissed unlawfully. So if there's something that someone may want to help me to, I would like to get justice to that discrimination, unlawful dismissal that I've gone through. Yeah. Apart from that, I don't know if there's any job. But the fact is that I love driving. I just love driving.
So you don't mind driving for the rest of your life?
Not really. But I love driving. I love driving.
Okay. Ella, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I am inspired, and maybe I should just repeat Kojo's words. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Because you're a very positive person and your energy, it wraps off others. I hope that you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you very much. I'm also happy for this opportunity given, because we persons living with disability, we have a lot to give a nation. We should just be given the opportunity. That is what we need.
Right. We've heard the story of Ella Ametor Avumatsodo. Very inspirational. All he's asking is that people see him for what he is able to do and not his disability. Thank you for joining this edition of People and Places. My name is Wanda Mihagan. See you next time.